Spring is almost around the corner, and I thought what best product to make than a floral lotion bar to carry us through the last cold weeks. Now picture this. You're strolling through a field of blooming flowers and suddenly your skin feels like a petal itself. That's the magic of this lotion bar. I'm usually more of a lotion kind of gal, so I was highly skeptical when making this, but now I am sold. This has made my skin feel so smooth with zero greasiness. It is not a body butter bar because I don't like the heavy skin feel of just butters and oils, which, let's be honest, just makes you feel like a greased up penguin. If you feel the same way, you're going to love this bar because it is made with oils, butters, and waxes that create a really nice light feeling on the skin and really have changed my mind regarding lotion bars. The first ingredient we need to talk about is mango butter. It is hands down my favorite butter to use. It is much less greasy than other butters and is totally neutral in smell, unlike shea butter. But you can of course replace mango butter with shea butter or mix different types of butters together instead of just using one type. Be aware though, because different butters have different consistencies and textures. For example, cocoa butter is much harder and more brittle than, let's say, capuatsu butter. But mango butter is a safe bet if you want something simple. And you can use it in many other of my DIYs like my emulsified body butter, exfoliating lotion, and upcycled lip balm. Next up in this lotion are the oils. Jojoba oil, which will nourish the skin. It has actually been found to be very similar to our own skin sebum. And Caprylic triglyceride, which will really help the product glide on the skin better and feel less heavy. Moving on to our waxes. For this lotion bar, I didn't just use any type of wax. I used floral waxes. A, because I'm obsessed with the smell, and B, because they're not real waxes, they're pseudo waxes, which means they don't feel as tacky or sticky than normal waxes would. And they provide a lot of flexibility to the bar. There are so many different kinds of floral waxes you can use, from jasmine, which I'm obsessed with, to rose, to mimosa. There's even lotus flower wax. So go to town on these waxes, splurge on yourself a little. If you plan on making a Cosmos certified product, then do make sure that it is extracted without hexane. It is possible to find, but not all manufacturers do this. I also do love that these waxes are upcycled from the essential oil industry, so by using them we are ensuring that they do not go to waste. Plus, they smell amazing and don't have the same risk of irritation than essential oils do. Now, this wouldn't really be a lotion bar without an emulsifier and co-emulsifier, right? This is another secret trick to make the product feel lighter than a typical body butter bar. We are using Olivem 1000 as the emulsifier and Cetyl alcohol as the co-emulsifier. Traditionally, many lotion bars rely on waxes to harden the bars. That makes sense, but it does not always lead to a nicer skin feel. Think about it, adding waxes to creams and lotions often leads to a lot of tackiness, so leave them out and see for yourself. By the way, if you are wondering where all these ingredients can be found, I now have a page over on my website that lists all the suppliers that I could find in the world. You would be surprised to realize how easy it is to get most of these ingredients, so make sure to check it out and refer to it whenever you need it. One important point we have to touch on is the need for preservation or not. This depends on whether you want to use this product on damp or dry skin. If you want to use this lotion bar right after the shower when your skin is still wet, then a preservative is needed because microorganisms just thrive in any wet environment. However, you can also use this bar when your skin is towel dried and therefore there's no need for a preservative, which is the option I prefer because I don't think it's necessary to use it on soaking wet skin, but if you do, then you are going to need a water-soluble preservative such as BioGuard 221 or Preservative Eco. Either way, always make sure that your lotion bar is left in a dry spot, preferably in a tin jar. Now, before we move on to the method, let's talk about why we would use a lotion bar instead of a regular lotion. So first of all, these bars are really easy to make. You don't have to worry about pH adjusting and adding a preservative in some cases, which is why this bar is really beginner friendly. These are also really lightweight and travel friendly because they don't contain water. And if you're a business looking to make these are really great eco-friendly products to offer customers, as you can package the jars in reusable tins, for example, and reduce shipping cost. I do still love liquidy lotions and moisturizers, but it's nice to change it up once in a while, and these lotion bars are worth swapping for. Start off with weighing out your entire face A. Gently heat at about 70 degrees for everything to melt. It is best to use a double boiler for this instead of direct heat, but it was easier for me to film like this to show you guys. When everything has fully melted, turn off the heat. If you wanted to add some color, now would be the time to do it. For now, we're going to let the mixture reach a temperature of about 40 degrees to add our heat-sensitive phase. That would be our fragrance oil, which is totally optional. The bar smells amazing with the floral waxes already, but I wanted a little bit more. And we are also adding our vitamin E to ensure the product has a long shelf life. One thing I want to mention is the risk of melting. We've all been there where our precious products turn into sad puddles. But you know, the sad truth is that solid products are often prone to melting. And if it didn't, you probably wouldn't want it on your skin because it would be too tacky and draggy. This bar does have quite a high melting point due to the emulsifiers and waxes in this, but if you are shipping this product, let's say in the summer, then you might want to warn customers about the risk of it melting. And consider this in your packaging. Many brands actually advise to pop the bars in the fridge after they receive them, and I would say to keep them there because it's actually so nice when you glide that fresh lotion bar on your skin. One other thing you could consider is to add a tiny amount of stearic acid or conventional waxes like rice bran wax, candelilla, or even beeswax. But do know that this might make the product feel a little bit more draggy. Start with adding 0.50% for example and see how that impacts the melting point and sensorial feel of the formula. I might tweak this formula in the summer to see if I can make it melt proof. Comment down below if you would like to see this. Please do let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding substitutions. I'm always happy to help. I found these really cute flower molds to which I added some dried calendula and cornflower petals for a nice floral effect. You can add colors like micas and iron oxides to the mix and create some cool effects. Like I did with this mold, I had a batch of lotion bar that was too soft, so I added some details like this yellow iron oxide colored bud, which I think turned out really cute, don't you think? But if you're thinking, no Abby, I'm definitely team cream, then check out my emulsified body butter or exfoliating lotion next.